Alright, today's Saturday, March 28th. Everything was going pretty good this morning. And then about 10:30 or so, we were just finishing up milking. I'm not even sure if there was two sides left in the barn or they had already exited out and were going to the feeding. And we got hit by some, I'm pretty sure, straight line winds the way everything got moved around. But the roof on the back of the dairy barn is pretty messed up. A little bit of damage to the feed lane, and then we had about 30 or 40 calf just get flipped over, and a whole bunch of calves out. So we're just gonna try to film this the best we can and get this work done. We got about 3 hours before the cows got to come in the barn now. It's 1 o'clock, and you can see the houses, they're all tore up. I mean, that one made it all the way over to here. We got calves sitting in the trailer right now, and so we gotta get all that straightened up, and then get this barn fixed before the cows come in. So that's what we're going to be doing. Semen tanks rattle around, but we got a couple guys out there straightening up hutches right now so we can get the calves that are in the cow trailer put back in their houses. And then you can see the trim on the front of the feed lane got peeled up and a couple pieces of tin. We'll have to take care of that in a minute. Right now what we're going to do is go over here to the side of the barn that's jacked up, and then we are going to saddle a couple pieces, probably in maybe 3 different places on the poles that's holding the roof up, and then we're going to lay a piece of drill stem across it and then pull back on it with the big dozer, and then have the big dozer hold it. And we got my cousin here, he's going to help, so it's going to be me, Wes, and my cousin. So we're just going to film what we can and try not to tear anything up and all that good stuff. So, alright, so the one rafter fell off the back. It was laying across the gates there, and we just set it over there, and then we got this whole side leaning over a good couple foot from the top there. And then the other side didn't really bend that much, but it's the whole roof slid over. So we'll just go from here and see what we can get done. Alright, so Jared here, he cut 4 10-inch saddles, and we're going to weld them 3 foot down off the top on, basically we're going to get a hold of these 7 pipes here, and then so we're going to put 1 on each end, and then there'll be the 1 on the 3rd one, 1 on the 5th one, 1 on the 7th one, yeah, so we're going to take those 2 pieces of pipe, they're going to overhang about a foot on each side, and then we're going to tie them to the dozer and pull them back over. So Wes went to go grab a ladder. When he gets back with a ladder, then we can start tacking those on. Or not tacking them on, welding them on. Yeah, that's the plan. both of them or just get one of them first?
No, we need to get the other stick in there. We'll have both sticks chained in. We can swing one down and put one more.
Okay.
Let's put another chain.
Huh? Well, if I'm up there, I can hold it one over.
Use
Hey,
other
chain
end
this.
and loop it.
Oh, yeah, I heard do that. Okay.
Get them both in the same.
Yeah. Okay, hold it.
Okay.
Make sure you got a long one in case it breaks.
A what?
Like a stiff one in case it breaks. I like them when long.
In case the weld breaks.
Yeah.
Sir, no sir.
What?
You gotta go around the
Shit.
post. You gotta go around the other.
There you go. There you go, bud. Hook it. Hook it, bud.
Okay.
You got it. Dig it in.
I'm kind of scared to.
Let's go. Let's go for it. You got enough? Yeah, that's slack gonna make it enough for it to get off?
Huh?
Is it like too much slack?
I don't think so.
Like will it'll come off? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Don't pull on it, test it. Oh. Okay. Okay, you gonna hook the other one up there just to have a double hooking? Hook. You got, it's only you, man.
I know it's only me. It's always only me.
You're a kid, right? Wasn't that hard?
With one arm? Yeah.
Can we get a chain? There.
Very tight.
Alright.
Next. Yes, whole thing's moving. Hey, spin it. All right, so we pulled the whole thing over a little bit, and then the other side, we're starting to bend those posts. So we get this tractor and gets a long post that's laying over here. Pick up on the roof. the top of the top of the square tubing there, and just push up a little bit. Keep working the way down on the fork. Alright, the post idea didn't work, so I just used the fork and bumped it up to kind of like scoot the roof over a little bit and get the poles on this side straightened out. They're still bent a little bit. That whole rafter was just laying across the pipes there.
You just load it, top it loose.
Yeah. Like squeezed it out. Whoa! Pretty close. It's close. That's for the most part, these are straight. I mean, a couple that are a little more screwed up, but for the most part, those are straight. You have the second one that's kicked out, but off the curb. But these are bent real bad now. I can straighten these out. So run back down them and pick up on the roof again and straighten it out. Well, I think they got all the calf hutches straightened out. We just got to put the calves back in the hutches. And right now, though, before the cows come to the feed lane, because the guy's going to get the cows, the first group to milk, probably about, maybe 30 minutes late. Yeah, 30 minutes late. But we got the barn as good as it's going to get for now. They just won't have to worry about it falling over or something like that. So we're going to jump in the skid steer. And first off, go up to the front and then put those two pieces of trim back on. And then get back here and put this one back on. When this happened, I was actually in the skid steer. It was probably 50 feet that way, scraping this side. And there was a barrel, like a piece of barrel that you would cut for like a feed bowl, you know, maybe like a foot tall, 55-gallon barrel. Like the bottom of it cut off was laying here, and it just flipped over on its side and took off real fast and was going all the way to Wes's house. It actually fell over right at Wes's back porch, but it was going 60, 70 miles an hour across there. And then didn't even notice the calf hutches, and then was messing with this trim, and then looked up and there's calves all running around. So yeah, it's kind of a just out of nowhere type deal, but we're gonna get this trim fixed, and then we'll catch up with you here in a little while. Well, we got the trim back on the front of the feed lane. Two pieces there. It's a little bit bent and tweaked and all that, but it's back on there. I got the back on too. Today's just been one of them days that you just want to forget about. The dairy barn roof, looking at it from here, I can't point the camera that way because the sun. You can see, but you can see it's got a wave in it now, and some of the poles are still out of whack. That wasn't a fix. That was basically just to get it back up and held down so that it doesn't fall down. Basically, we're gonna have to do some kind of major something or other. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't even know. I don't even, we'll have to see how that happens. Right now, the only thing about it is Wes is gonna go get some hurricane clips to bolt the, or to screw the rafters back down to the band that was bolted, or yeah, I think they're bolted through to the pipes. So the pipes got a piece of angle iron on top of them, and they're bolted to the band. So he's gonna get those hurricane clips, because right now, really, on the other side of the dairy barn, it's still nailed to the band, but on this side where we were raising it up, it's not. It's just sitting on it. So kind of need to get it nailed down. We still got those pipes hanging up there, and the dozer chained to it, holding it, and we'll just have to see. I mean, you know, another high wind, I don't know if the dozer wasn't holding it, I don't know what would happen. So obviously all them pipes got a little stressed out, and something you could do is, you know, form it up and pour concrete down on them poles, and basically make a curb, maybe a 2 or 3 foot tall curb, to help set those poles, and then, or basically build a roof over that roof and pull the roof down on the inside or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to address that at a later time. But calves, we got all the calves put back in the hutches. They've already been fed. They're all happy and back to normal. None of them were hurt or anything like that. There was one calf that, a little bit of an older calf, that somehow one house flipped over onto its panel and another house flipped over on top of it, as the house that it was in was got laid over on its side, and the calf was like in there laying down on the side of the hutch on the wall, and it was kind of like trapped in there, but it wasn't getting hurt or nothing. It actually, the house crunched down around it and kept kind of basically protected it. And when we moved the houses out of the way, and it took 3 of us to kind of flip the house back up with the calf in it and everything like that, and he just stood up and was fine. It was a bull calf, and there was 40 or 50 of them out. No, not quite that many. 30, at least 30 of them were out, because there's 60 left on the bottle, which I'm happy there's only 60 left on the bottle. It would have been way worse. And then some houses that were already stacked and washed and ready to be moved and stacked for the summer got flipped over, and things like that. And then, you know, probably a good 30% of the ones that had calves in them got flipped over. And then the bottle holders and the bucket holders and all that got taken off and ripped off and knocked off. So somebody will have to spend a day and go down and get all the bottle holders straightened back up. So, and it's just what it is. It is what it is. The feedlane roof, just those end pieces, which I did not know until just now, that, or when we put them back on, that they weren't screwed down on the end. They're just screwed down from the top, which kind of makes me want to think that there was a little bit of suction on that, whatever it was, because it kind of like pilled them up and pilled them back that way. And then the calf hutches just got kind of pushed and rolled in really no particular different direction or nothing. They were kind of all going that way, and then like that piece there was peeled up, and then the dairy barn roof was pushed over. Other than that, there's no other damages. A couple little limbs and a pine tree over there was on the road. That was it. Everything else is perfectly fine and all that. And it was very odd, because it didn't even seem like that would have caused some damage. But you know, I was sitting in it, and a skid steer, maybe the skid steer was kind of blocking it on myself, and like the cows, group 3 on this side, they didn't even move. They just kept on eating. So yeah, other than that, we'll just have to address some of them problems with the roof later. I didn't get to plow any today. It is a little wet. Probably without all this other stuff going on, I would have went and plowed something. But we're gonna get feed put out here, and then got a few other things we got to do, and so we'll end up calling it a day here in the next hour or two. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.